All right,
Hi, I'm Marcus Smith, and today I'm going to be showing you a little bit more of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, a brand new game built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5.
Let's go, baby. Looks really good. So yeah.
This is the first Ratchet & Clank adventure that we've done in a long time, and we're super excited. This is a game that tells the story of an arch nemesis coming to town and accidentally damaging the fabric of space-time, causing dimensional rifts to erupt all throughout the world. Ratchet & Clank is a series that prides itself on exploration of exotic worlds and bringing you to places you've never been before. And that's something that we're really striving for, and that PlayStation 5 is really allowed with just increased horsepower. The number of objects in the world and the things to explore, the enemies around, the effects, everything is more. This is what we're trying to do.
Wait, one moment. That's Dr. Nefarious, isn't it? I'm pretty. It's been a while since I played Ratchet & Clank, but I'm pretty sure that's Dr. Nefarious. I didn't notice that. So he must be the arch nemesis then. He was one of your enemies in past games. I think the third game was when you run into him, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Nefarious, or I could be wrong about it. But yeah, I think that's. If anybody knows Ratchet & Clank, you can confirm that for me. But I think that's Ratchet & Clank.
Everything is more. This is what we're trying to do: is build worlds that feel real and are bringing you in. You're exploring these brand new spaces, and this is something that we never could have done on previous generations. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is a game that utilizes dimensions and dimensional rifts, and that would not have been possible without the solid-state drive of the PlayStation 5. The SSD is screamingly fast. It allows us to build worlds and project players from one place to another in near instantaneous speeds.
Wow.
It is unbelievable game changer in terms of we can now do gameplay where you're in one world and the next moment you're in another. And we're loading up levels that happen so quickly and in the action that you don't even imagine that this is something that we couldn't do before because it feels so natural.
That's amazing.
Long gone are loading screens.
Oh.
Now it's all about bringing exciting new adventures.
All right, so hold up. That's another game where they said no more loading screens. They said the same exact thing for Horizon Forbidden West. So we'll see if it lives up to it. Of course, I mean, this game is more cartoony, so it's not going to probably strain the PS5 as much as Horizon Forbidden West. But okay, so I get where he's coming from. Because normally if you go from one area to another, they have to load that up. It takes loading screens, so they weren't able to incorporate a system like this into gameplay where you go rift from one world to another where the environments are so incredibly different, because normally you would need a loading screen to be able to load up the next environment. But because they don't have to worry about loading screens and because everything loads so insanely fast, now I never thought about what could that mean for game mechanics, and specifically now you can have mechanics like these rifts where you can go from one world to another instantly with no loading screens. But I mean, there have been other games. Haven't there been other games that have done something similar to that? I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head. It's not like this is the first time a mechanic like this has ever happened because of this no loading screen capability. I mean, there must have been a way to make it work before. Well, portals do usually trigger loading screen. Where was a game where like a portal would lead to like a completely new area without you having to go to the loading screen? Has that happened? I can't think of a game like that off the top of my head. I mean, you might think, oh, what about Portal? But that's not a whole new area. It's the same kind of area, not like Valve's Portal games. Like where you actually, you know, in one moment you're like in a city, and in another moment you're in a like a Jurassic area. You know what I mean? I can't think of another game that did something like that. God of War. Did it? I remember God of War, you opened portals to go into areas. That would trigger loading screens, wouldn't it? And you could open portals that enemies would come out of, but it wouldn't open like another area. I don't know. I feel like there probably has been a game that's done it before, but I could be wrong. Or maybe if there has, maybe it was a PC game and that had really short loading times so it was able to work. Maybe details, graphics were low enough to make it work. I don't know. But it's interesting what he says, that because of the no loading screens, they're able to have this portal mechanic where you're constantly going in and out of portals that lead you to completely different areas without you having to load them, so it becomes a smooth game mechanic. That's very interesting. Like, he's talking about it from a passionate developer point of view, which is really cool to hear, actually. Anyways, continuing.
The DualSense controller of the PlayStation 5 is tailor-made for Ratchet & Clank weaponry. The amount of tactile feedback that you get when you're using our weapons it makes them feel way more powerful, and also lets you know how the weapon is behaving. One of the examples of our weapons is the Enforcer. It's like a double-barrel shotgun, and it uses the adaptive triggers to give you tension. As you're moving your finger down halfway, you can fire one barrel. If you pull it all the way down, you can fire both barrels.
Oh.
But all along the way, you can feel the difference between the tension tightening up and it just makes all of our weapons much more immersive and powerful feeling.
Okay. Wait, stop. So I wonder if you heard what he said. So he was describing a weapon. So first off, Ratchet & Clank, if you're not familiar with the games, it is known for having tons of different guns. Like this game is all about weapons. You have tons of different guns. And one of the weapons he's talking about here is the double-barreled shotgun. It's called the Enforcer or whatever. But what really interests me, and this is new, because I'm pretty sure PS4 controllers, in fact, I don't think any controllers have done this, where pressing like the right trigger button isn't just about you push it or you don't. Now there's different levels you can push it. So it's a double-barreled shotgun. If you push the right trigger halfway, like not all the way, if you push it just halfway, you'll fire one barrel. If you push it all the way, you fire both at the same time. That's very interesting. I can't think of a time when a controller did that. So maybe there's a bit more to the PS5 controller than I thought. Yeah, it does really seem like this game and the PS5 and its hardware and everything were meant to go hand in hand. The lack of loading screens. I wonder if that's why they planned this whole mechanic. Like they knew there were going to be no loading screens, so they created this whole Rift mechanic to capitalize on that. Because they wouldn't have, if they tried to do that on an older console, there would have been a loading screen every time you entered one of those portals. But now there isn't. And then now with the controller, that's very interesting. So this game is going to take advantage of that. So, and he's talking about tension. I wonder if you can he's saying as if you can feel it. Like, let me hear that again.
Along the way, you can feel the difference between the tension tightening up, and it just makes all of our weapons much more immersive and powerful.
I wonder what he means by that. You can feel the difference between the tension tightening up. So when you're pulling right trigger, can you actually feel like where that midpoint would be? Like, or do you have to like push down harder? Or, I don't know. I want to know how reliable that is, you know? Because I mean, it sounds cool, of course, but at the end of the day, are you going to be able to reliably, quickly, like push halfway or full way? Or are there going to be some scenarios where you think you're pushing it halfway, but you didn't push it far enough, so you don't shoot at all? Or you mean to push it halfway, but you end up pushing too far and you fire both? Like, I want to know like how fine-tuned that system is, because that sounds like something very new. But I'm sure they're testing it a bunch. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how well that mechanic works. But it is interesting. It's innovative. I'm curious to see how that plays out. That does look very, very interesting.
Another thing we can't wait for you to experience is 3D spatial audio. This really is a fundamental difference between listening to a television set and going out into the middle of a forest. It brings you into these worlds in a way that we've never been able to do before. We at Insomniac have been working on Ratchet & Clank for almost 20 years, and these are characters that we love, and this is really the culmination of all that work and effort that we've put in. We can't wait to show you more about Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart in the future, but until then, thanks for watching.
Okay, well, consider me hyped. I was more than likely going to get a PS5 anyway, so this is just another reason to get it. Of course, I'm always primarily a PC gamer, but this is an exclusive, you know? You can only get this on PS5. You can only get Demon's Souls Remastered on PS5. You can only get Horizon Forbidden West on PS5. Like, there's enough exclusives to where I feel like I got to get a PS5. Let me look through chat. Okay, doesn't the loading screens warrant a brand new fresh $400 console? No, absolutely not. It does not, but exclusives does. Exclusives that I really want to play does. I'm getting the console for the exclusives. If these games were all on PC, I would play them on PC, but they're not. I need the PS5 to get the exclusives. Sorry, I was rushing to try to get there in time. No worries. It's good to see you, Dream. I hope you're doing well. The PS2 had pressure-sensitive buttons. Did it really? I wasn't aware of that. That's interesting. I said, no, I'm not going to tighten up bad. No, Diamond, no. Oh, Kiba. I'll play that in a moment. I promise. Let me finish this video and I'll play it. It's going to be like 5 minutes. Not even. Hype, but I appreciate that, Kiba. Thank you so much. Hype. Thanks for yes. All right. That's pretty much all I have to say on that. I'm going to get a PS5 more than likely, and I will get this game, Horizon Forbidden West, Demon's Souls Remaster, and maybe some other exclusives I can't remember right now. But that's it for that. If you like this video, please leave a like and comment. It does help out a lot. I do upload a new video every single day, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out. I also stream daily on Twitch starting at 12 p.m. Central and ending at 4 p.m. Central, so make sure you follow me there to catch when I'm live. Link is in the description, and the other link that's in the description is my Discord, level 3 Discord server, tons of dragon emotes. Make sure you join in. You're missing out if you're not already in there. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you had fun, and I'll catch you next time.